What's up, crypto fam? It's Phantom taking a look at the market. Bitcoin's been pretty boring today. It's more or less recovering its losses, and it's as sideways as you can get. It's almost exactly where we closed on Sunday, and it's now Wednesday. So Bitcoin is waiting for something big. The S&P kind of recovered its it started to fall a little bit. It started to pump this morning, then fell, crashed back down, and we closed right about where we were at yesterday. So the S&P is just as confused as Bitcoin. That said, when that happens, we just take a look at the news. We continue to look for opportunities, but until the our trend line's broken and we have invalidation of the bullish movement, I remain bullish, even though we've got 5 weeks of red candles. We really haven't moved significantly in the past three of them, and we still have hidden bullish divergence. We still haven't closed below this weekly trend line, which is held in place since December. So I think there's a lot of bullishness behind the scenes. I think there's a lot of very, very big players in the space that are gobbling up Bitcoin at this price. And these people are in this for the long haul. So if we do drop down, they're not people that usually will rip away. These are people that are, purchasing their Bitcoin and putting it on some type of hardware wallet for store value, right? They're not looking to trade and make bank. And so that's what my belief is, and I think that's why we're moving sideways. I think there's been downward pressure, but there's been so many large institutions and whales gobbling up Bitcoin at this price that we've kind of remained sideways and even pushed back up with those orders going through. So take a look at the fear and greed index. We are sitting at 24, so we're still in extreme fear territory, which lines up with us being able to move towards bullish momentum. Usually when there's fear in the market, people should be greedy, and when there's greed in the market, that people should be. So I have one bearish news article, two bullish news articles. We'll lead with the bearish. The SEC, they're in the news again. They came out with a bill concerning dividend paying stablecoins. Congressman Tom Emmer has drafted a bill that could give the SEC limited jurisdiction over certain stablecoins. A new draft bill from Emmer would grant the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission jurisdiction over stablecoins that pay out dividends, according to the report. Specifically, one phrase in the bill would allow stablecoins that include a dividend component to register with the SEC. Dividend-paying stablecoins are defined in the bill as distributing all or part of the income made from the investment of the asset backing the stablecoin to holders of the stablecoin. The bill appears to concern stablecoins with dividends built into their protocol, such as UST, but not third-party lending or staking platforms that would pay out dividends on existing stablecoins. If the bill succeeds, the SEC would be required to create a new framework for regulating these stablecoins. Those rules would dictate requirements around the assets backing stablecoins, namely the type of asset permitted for rules for storage. So the SEC has been pushed back by a lot of congressmen and women because they are way overstepping their bounds. They have enough control and power as it is. They are far more powerful than they should be. And the cool part about our government is there's supposed to be things in place that don't allow places or these institutions to just gobble up enormous amounts of power and just basically lay claim to whatever they want just to absorb more power. And that's exactly what the SEC is doing. They don't have respect in a lot of the industries. They don't understand cryptocurrency in order to put in regulation. They're seeing a new space and they're trying to put it under their umbrella because it ultimately gives them more power. And this power craze needs to end. I can't wait for hopefully some congressmen and women really push back hard against this. Obviously, there's some that would like the SEC to control everything under the sun, but I think they have too much power as it is, and I really hope that they get pushed back. This would be very bearish if it does go through and they want to do regulations. I'm all for regulation. Don't get me wrong, but the SEC just doesn't have a fundamental understanding of cryptocurrency. And until they do, I don't think they're the entity that should be regulating out of their. So on to some bullish news. Kathy Wood. If you don't know Kathy Wood, everybody calls her Aunt Kathy. She infamous for investing in technology spaces before they hit big time. Has this eye able to determine what is going to be successful, disruptive technology in the space. A lot of people know her as an early investor of Tesla. She's all about Bitcoin lately, which makes me happy. She's called so many things correctly on the tech disruption side and the success of those companies. Her being all into Bitcoin is a good look for the crypto market. Um, she's speaking at Crypto Bahamas. Kathy Wood and Mike Novogratz both said that they think Bitcoin could hit $1 million in the future. The pair reflected on Bitcoin's increasingly important role in the U.S. economy and political landscape. They also spoke about the potential for Web3, making a particularly strong cases for the future of NFT. Wood detailed how the top crypto asset could hit $1 million by the end of the decade. Despite a months-long withdrawal in the crypto market, Kathy Wood and Mike Novogratz are still long on Bitcoin and Web3. The two asset management titans sat down for discussion at the Crypto Bahamas conference today to discuss how the future could look for Bitcoin and the broader crypto space. Both Wood and Novogratz would become known for making high conviction early bets in crypto via their firms ARK Invest and Galaxy Digital. Today they indicated that little's changed on their outlooks. The pair discussed how Bitcoin is increasingly becoming important in US politics as it's grown. Wood said that Bitcoin has become a bipartisan issue in the US, which is true. And Novogratz commented on how Galaxy Digital has seen both Democrats and Republicans starting to become more aware of the needs to develop their own crypto strategies. It comes down to politics. The political winds are shifting, he said, before adding that the SEC Chair Gary Gensler would likely face increasing pressure to approve a spot Bitcoin EFT. Wood went on to discuss ARK's recent prediction that Bitcoin could hit $1 million by 2030. Wood explained that ARK maintains a lofty target due to Bitcoin's potential to usurp 50% of the gold's role. The disruption it could cause in the global remittance market and the likelihood of more countries and companies following the likes of El Salvador and Tesla to invest. You're going to see countries putting Bitcoin in their treasury, and this is exactly why Peter Schiff absolutely hates Kathy Wood and is against everything she says. You have the dinosaurs that are stuck in the old ways of doing things, and then innovators that are fighting for the innovation in the space and technology. And my money is on Kathy. So is if you link them side by side, I think she has 10 times his work. Obviously, much better. The last piece of bearish news I have is for Cardano, which everybody knows that, at least if you follow the stream or the channel, that I'm a big fan of Cardano. The hold count on Cardano's wallets, it hit 3.6 million wallets as the price underlying the coin reached a March bottom of 80 cents, according to Messari on-chain market data. So if you follow Cardano at all, Cardano doesn't really market its current price. They are all about building a solid foundation and building the best blockchain out. And they put the network scalability, the scientific research, the white papers, the peer reviews, all of that before the price of what the token says that Cardano should be worth. And because they keep building, generally the price ends up catching up to what the product can deliver. So seeing the price at what it's at now at 84 cents is not a surprise to me. This is when, I picked up a lot of it at the 6-10 cent region because they were continuing to build exciting things that I knew would make Cardano do well in the future when, the prices of other cryptocurrencies started to rise. That it would blow up, and it did. And it went through its correction, and they're just continuing to build now for what's going to be coming in the summer. And when that happens, we'll likely see the price explode again. And getting in at this price, people are going to wish that they took this opportunity, months down the line. Obviously not financial advice, do your own research, but that's my belief, that's my standpoint on this. I think Cardano has an amazing future. There's some countries in Africa that are starting to look at Bitcoin adoption, and everyone knows that Cardano is big in Africa as well. So I think it's just a matter of time before we see even more adoption in the Cardano blockchain. And I think 3.6 million wallets means that there's a lot of people that agree with me. There's a lot of people that are scooping up Bitcoin or Cardano at this price and just keeping it in their wallets for the long term. Keep earning that passive income. Keep earning more Cardano. Just stake it and let it sit. Let it do its thing. And the price will come to you. So that's all I have for today. Until Bitcoin closes below this weekly trend line, I remain bullish. I'm excited to see what the S&P opens with tomorrow. The S&P is infamous for opening hot. They come out of the gate strong. A ton of people think the S&P is back. I need to buy this dip and run this rally, and then it rips back down the remaining part of the day. So I'm waiting to see some solid momentum shift in the S&P after the COVID news from China. And I'm hoping we get that towards the end of the week, but it's a lot harder to get the bullish momentum at the end of the week. We shall see. I do know that, in the next coming weeks, they're going to be talking about interest rates again. And that tends to put fear in the market. That kind of prices in the expectation of the interest rates going up because, around next week is when we start hearing leaks of what they're thinking about doing before they actually do it, so that we get hit twice. We get hit with the assumption of what the news will be, and then when the news comes out, generally the price is baked in, but if it's really bad news, we get whacked in the head again. So I'll be looking out for that. Like I said, I remain bullish as long as we don't close below this weekly trend line. I'm here for the long haul. If we do close below this weekly trend line, I think it's going to be a trip to the low 30Ks, and it's going to be painful. But I think ultimately we're going to see a reverse, and we are going to make a trip to the new all-time high range and area that we've hit past 2 times. So that's my thoughts on the market today. I hope you appreciate the content in the video. Definitely consider giving a like, subscribe. I generally am on Twitch every night, and I am doing miscellaneous things, and I'm here for any type of crypto related questions. So feel free to ask away, join in the Twitch stream, and send your questions, and I'm happy to answer them, look at any charts, do whatever I can to help out, bring some education to the space. Until then, I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. I hope you have an even better Thursday, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, peace.